You know that voice in your head, the one that just never stops? That constant internal chatter? Well, what if I told you there's a 2,000-year-old formula for quieting that noise? A secret to a mind that's truly still and focused. You ready? Let's get into it.
I mean, seriously, you've been there, right? You're trying to focus on one thing, but your brain is already making a to-do list, replaying some awkward conversation from yesterday, and stressing about tomorrow all at once. It's like this private little world inside your head is always on. And look, this isn't some personal flaw. It's just the mind's default setting. It's what minds do. But here's the big question. What if you could actually train it? What if you could find the master switch for all that noise? Okay, so when you hear the word yoga, you probably think of stretching, right? Downward dog, warrior pose, all that good stuff. But its original core purpose is so much deeper. It's actually a super sophisticated system designed to deal with that very same mental chaos we were just talking about. This wisdom comes from an incredible ancient guidebook called the Yoga Sutras, put together by a sage named Patanjali almost 2,000 years ago. It's not a long book. It's a collection of 196 short, powerful little statements called sutras. And sutra literally means thread, which is so perfect because they're these little threads of wisdom that when you weave them all together, they create this amazing map of the human mind. And right near the beginning of the book, we get this one phrase. This is one of the most important threads in the entire text. In just 4 little words, it defines the entire purpose of yoga. Think of it like a secret code. And in the next few minutes, we're going to crack it together. All right, let's do this. We're going to break this thing down word by word. Because once you understand each piece of this ancient puzzle, you unlock its power right here, right now, in the modern world. So our first word in the code is chitta. Now this isn't just your thinking, Gran. Chitta is the whole shebang. It's the entire field of your consciousness. Your conscious thoughts, sure, but also your subconscious feelings, your gut instincts, your deepest unconscious patterns. It's everything. The second word, vritti, is where all the action happens. Vrittis are the fluctuations, the ripples. You could think of them as the mental apps that are always running in the background of your chitta. They're the thoughts, the emotions, the daydreams, the memories, all the stuff that keeps the mind spinning and endlessly busy. And finally, we get to Nirodha. This is the goal. Nirodha means cessation, or stilling, or mastery. Now this is so important. It does not mean having a totally blank, empty mind. That's not the point. It means gaining control over those vrittis so you can quiet them by choice. It's about you becoming the master of your own mental house. So, let's put it all together. Yoga's Chitta Vritti Nirodha. What does it mean? It means yoga is the cessation of the modifications of the mind. That's it. That's the secret. The entire purpose of this ancient practice is to learn how to still that constant mental activity so you can find a state of true clarity and focus. But to get to that stillness, Patanjali says, okay, we got to go one level deeper. To master these mental fluctuations, these vrittis, you first have to know what they are. You have to be able to spot them. And it turns out, every single thing your mind does, from the most brilliant idea to the silliest daydream, falls into one of just 5 categories. And here they are, the 5 vrittis: true knowledge, misconception, imagination, sleep, and memory. That's it. Every thought that pops into your head fits into one of these 5 buckets. So let's quickly unpack them. The first 2 are a really fascinating pair. You've got pramana, which is correct, true knowledge. You know, stuff you've seen with your own eyes, or things that are verifiable facts. But then you've got its sneaky twin, vipariya, which is misconception. This is when our opinions and our biases make us see things wrong, like when we jump to conclusions about someone or totally misjudge a situation. Our minds are constantly bouncing between these 2. And the other 3 are working on us all the time too. Vikalpa is your imagination, daydreaming, fantasizing, planning what you're going to have for dinner. Nidra is sleep, and even when you're knocked out, your mind is still buzzing with dreams and processing the day. And finally, smriti is memory, that constant echo of the past, replaying old scenes that totally shape how you feel in this very moment. These 5 things are the source of all that mental noise. Okay, so we get it. The goal is Nirodha, mastery, and we've identified the vrittis, the 5 mental habits we need to get a handle on. So the big question is, how? How do we actually do it? This is where this ancient theory becomes a totally practical modern toolkit. This is the how-to guide. See, all these yogic practices are at their heart training exercises for your attention. When you're holding a physical pose, an asana, and you focus your eyes on one single spot, you are literally training your mind not to wander. When you do pranayama or breathwork, you give your busy mind one simple, calming thing to hold on to, your breath. And in meditation, you train it to stay with a single thought or a chant. They're all different roads leading to the exact same place, mastering those vrittis. And this is why it is so incredibly powerful, especially when you're off the yoga mat. This isn't just about feeling peaceful. When you can actually command the fluctuations of your own mind, you can bring your full, undivided attention to anything you want. You can work, you can create, you can solve problems with this incredible concentration and clarity. It is, for real, a mental superpower. So I'll just leave you with this question. As you go about the rest of your day, just start to notice. What vrittis are at play inside your head right now? Are you operating from true knowledge or maybe a misconception? Is your mind lost in a memory or busy imagining the future? Because that simple act of just noticing, that's the first and most powerful step you can take toward a stiller mind. Thanks for tuning in.